3, 2, 1. 96.7 KCAL rocks. We got a big weekend of sports coming up. That's why we got to get to our guy Pep. What's going on, Pep?
Hey, good morning, guys. What is up? Hey, we're going to preview these NFL football playoff games coming up this weekend. And here's a weird stat that I really enjoyed coming out this weekend is, 44-year-old Tom Brady, starting quarterback for the Buccaneers, is older than obviously Sean McVay, the head coach of the Rams, who's 35. He's also older than the two other NFC head coaches. Like, there's a lot of good Kyle Shanahan with the 49ers. There's good young head coaches, LaFleur in Green Bay, and he's older than three of them that are coaching on the NFC side of the bracket. So Tom Brady getting older but getting better, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear that.
Basically, he's older than every NFC coach left except for his own.
Yes.
Bruce Arians is the only NFC coach who is older than Tom Brady.
Yep, coach on the field. He's got to outsmart these whiz kids.
Yeah, I mean, there's good young head coaches, but somehow Tom Brady is beating Father Time right now, and he's making a case for NFL MVP. It's probably going to be Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay, but Tom Brady, you could make a case for him as well, especially with all of these, surrounding players injured, and that's going to be one of the big storylines going into this playoff game against the Rams is Tom Brady doesn't have all of his guys, all of his weapons, at his disposal.
It could be breaking news right there. Could Father Time's record be in jeopardy with Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Father Time not going to be undefeated because of Tom Brady.
I mean, he is taking it the other way. He is basically the coach on the field, maybe a coach of the year, Tom Brady.
Yeah. NFL MVP, coach of the year, comeback player of the year. Just give him everything right at this point.
Really?
But Rams on the road at Tampa Bay. I feel like the Rams have a real shot anyways, but with Tampa Bay being a little depleted, I think that maybe favors the Rams even a little bit more. What do you guys feel like in this matchup?
Obviously tough. Us being West Coast people, we know you have to go all the way across the United States. Not always the easiest, but for some reason, I feel like the Rams are going to win this game.
I mean, both teams are kind of depleted too. I mean, our guy Kono pointed out they're bringing in Eric Weddle, who's been out of football for a while.
Did his job.
Tampa Bay was bringing people back like Richard Sherman,
Yeah.
Trying to plug holes away and stuff like that. So, I mean, both teams have been depleted. Both teams have brought in good solutions, but I kind of feel that same way too. I just feel like the Rams, for some reason, have an edge.
Well, and Stafford got that monkey off his back. He doesn't have to worry about that crap. Now he can just play.
Right. But it is Tom Brady. There is always there is Tom Brady factor.
And I honestly kind of feel this a little bit. There is obviously he's the toughest to beat. But if he can get by Tommy, then maybe he can go and sting back Aaron Rodgers, who stung his ass for 12 years.
I don't know. That's going to be a tough one.
That's what I can see coming.
Yeah, I mean, how poetic would it be to have, I know Rams don't want to hear this, but have Tom Brady win, beat the Rams, and then Green Bay beat the 49ers, and have the Buccaneers go to Lambeau Field to face Aaron Rodgers with a spot, in the Super Bowl on the line. Like, that would be a fantastic matchup. One of those games where you're like, I remember where I was at when those two Hall of Famers went head to head.
Yeah, we've seen it.
So, Pep, which four teams do you think advance on here?
I think the Rams get it done on the road. I'm going to go with the 49ers because I'm a 49ers fan, so I'm definitely not going to pick against them, even though Jimmy G is all messed up. He's got a torn ligament in his throwing hand. He's got a sprained shoulder, so Garoppolo is not 100% for the 49ers, but I'll go with them anyways.
Let that homer flag fly.
Right? Why not, right? I got nothing to lose. I'll let it all hang out. In the AFC, I'm going to go with the home teams, man. The Titans and the Chiefs over in the AFC in those playoff games. Bengals at Titans, I'll go Titans. Bills at Chiefs, I'll go Chiefs. How about you guys?
Okay.
Patrick, what four teams you see?
Yeah, my Final Four is the Rams. That's my little upset kind of sort of pick. The Packers, the Titans, and the Chiefs.
Packers, Titans, Chiefs. I got to go Packers, Titans, Rams, Bills.
Ooh.
Yep, got to go Rams, Bills.
Yeah.
I like the Bills.
Okay.
So you're going two home teams, two road teams.
Right. I'm splitting it.
Woo.
But you know what? All of these games, I feel like, even the Bengals, man, I don't even know what the Bengals are about. The Bengals could be like the sleeper team. Like, The Bills could win in Kansas City. Like any of these games could go either way.
Yeah, the Bengals are scary. I just think, unfortunately for them, the Titans are getting healthy, and they are just insanely dominant. As fun as the Bengals team has been to watch, like come together, like it's the Titans.
Oh, I know what you're saying. They're going up against tough opponents, but there is that kind of like wily-eyed element of the 49ers and the Bengals. Like you don't really know what they're going to do. They're expected to lose,
Right.
And I think that kind of gives them an advantage.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Patrick. In both those cases, it's like, hey, the 49ers barely snuck into the playoffs. They're not supposed to be here. They're going on the road. They're playing Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. They're not supposed to win this game. And they're back, maybe they like that. The underdog, chip on their shoulder, the whole thing. Yeah, and the Bengals too, man. They're hard to figure out. Could they beat the Titans? I guess they could. Like, I think the Titans aren't necessarily the strongest number one seed that we've seen before in the NFL playoffs. So maybe the Titans could be ripe for the picking. That's what makes these games fun going into this weekend, because I think it could go either way.
Yeah, we'll be able to check back on Monday when we talk to you again and figure out exactly how we're all standing with our picks here.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
All right, guys, so we'll break it down on Monday. Before we get out of here, I do want to talk a little Laker basketball. Maybe for Laker fans, maybe they're glad that the NFL playoffs have been so good and the push to make the playoffs in the NFL, because we've really buried what the Lakers have been doing lately.
Right.
They're a mess. The mess continued last night. They lost to Indiana 111-104, so head coach Frank Vogel definitely in that hot seat. And guys, let me get your take on this. Here's what he said at the after the game, because during the final 4 minutes of that loss to Indiana, with the game on the line, he did not play Russell Westbrook. And here's what he said. Why did he not play Russell Westbrook? It's because he was playing the guys that I thought would win the game.
AKA Westbrook sucks.
I've been trying to say that ever since they brought him on board.
40 has called it since they even puffed a little even instance of taking him to the Lakers. 40 was against it, and 40 is seeing it all come to fruition.
Oh,
yeah, it's just not happening, guys. I mean, and LeBron is having to play a lot of minutes. He's having huge games. Like, he's having to carry a lot of weight. Like, he's doing a lot for the Lakers right now. And obviously, he's getting a little bit older. How long can he keep this up? Even with LeBron having these massive games like he did last night against the Pacers, it's just still not enough. He cannot overcome the rest of the team. Now, I know Anthony Davis is still out, and hopefully they'll get him back by the end of the month with that knee injury. But even LeBron, man, these Herculean efforts, not enough. Like, he cannot overcome what the Lakers are.
Because it's like what Barkley said. Their whole season depends on Anthony Davis, because LeBron needs help. If he's in street clothes, because he calls him street clothes Davis, if he's in street clothes, the Lakers are not going to be good.
I mean, especially this time of year, like, you need these kind of efforts from LeBron James come the playoffs.
Right.
I mean, not necessarily now. You're going to wear him out if he has to do this now and try to do it then, too.
And, Pep, I believe there's no changes headed forward to next year.
Yeah, not necessarily, right? Like,
is Vogel?
Yeah, maybe that might be the one change, right? Is Frank Vogel, and I don't even know if he's the problem. Like, maybe it's the front office who built this roster, to give Frank Vogel to coach. But Frank Vogel might be the fall guy when this is all said and done, right? Because he's the head coach of the Lakers.
Is it not LeBron who built this roster?
Well,
I'm sure that's a big part of it too.
I think so, LeBron.
I think they have a lot of really good pieces they brought in, but the Russell Westbrook one was definitely not.
He's cancer. He's poison.
And I'm not saying he's the only thing wrong with the team, but I think he's one of the biggest things wrong with that team.
It's too bad. You know what I mean? It'd be great if it worked out, but it's like life. It doesn't always work out, right, Pat?
No, it doesn't. And we've seen this across sports. You have a superstar player, and as good as they are, and as many numbers and stats as they put up, they just simply don't win. They don't make their teams better. And we see it all the time. And Russell Westbrook's one of those dudes.
Right. Man, I cannot wait until Monday after this whole weekend is all settled and we check in with you again, Pep. Tell them how to get your stuff.
Hey, it's Inland Sports. So between Thursday and Monday, there's a lot of time. So check us out online, social media, the YouTube channel. That is Inland Sports.